Have you ever found yourself silently wishing, even just once, that you could move through life completely unshakable? That you could walk into any situation, hear any criticism, experience any loss or betrayal, and still remain centered, whole, untouched? Have you ever imagined what it would feel like to be free from that low, constant ache inside? The one you barely acknowledge, the one you bury under fake smiles and distractions, but that never really goes away? Maybe you've spent years trying to be strong, trying to appear like the one who always has it all together. You've played the part of the unbreakable one, the calm voice in the storm, the reliable rock for everyone else. But beneath that image, there's fatigue. There's an unspoken yearning, a desire to simply rest. Not just physically, but emotionally. To take off the mask and admit, even to yourself, that it's exhausting to always be fine. Let's start with something few people are ever brave enough to say out loud. The more you run from pain, the more power you give it. The more you try to numb it, escape it, hide from it, or pretend it's not there, the more it tightens its grip on your life. Avoidance is not protection, it's entrapment. And every time you run from a wound instead of facing it, you build walls that don't just keep out pain, they keep out healing too. You may think you're protecting yourself, but what you're really doing is becoming a prisoner, shackled to every harsh word, every cold silence, every moment of rejection that echoes louder than it should. And here's the truth. This doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. The difference between people isn't that some suffer and others don't. It's that some have learned to face their pain, while others have learned to mask it more convincingly. Carl Jung, a pioneer in the understanding of the human psyche, said something powerful. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. In that one sentence lies the entire path to emotional strength. Becoming emotionally strong isn't about becoming immune to pain. It's not about building walls so high no one can hurt you. True strength isn't about denying your emotions. It's about allowing them, understanding them, and not letting them rule you. It's about learning to sit with discomfort, with sadness, with fear, without running, numbing, or blaming. It's about knowing who you are even when you're in pain, and not abandoning yourself in the process. If you've made it this far, it's not by chance. You're here because a part of you, perhaps the part that's tired of pretending, is ready to hear this. You're ready to stop letting your wounds define you. You're ready to stop handing over your power to people who don't deserve it. People who, knowingly or not, awaken your deepest insecurities. You might think your pain is caused by others, by their words, their actions, their betrayals. But the brutal, liberating truth is this. No one can truly hurt you unless they touch a wound that's already inside. What breaks you is not what they said. It's what you believed about yourself when they said it. What devastates you is not their silence. It's the story that silence confirms in your mind. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. I'm invisible. Those beliefs didn't start yesterday. They were born long ago, buried deep, and then built upon by years of experiences that seem to prove them true. But they're not truths. They're scars. And scars can heal. Jung believed that the pain triggered by the outside world is always a reflection of what's unresolved within. That's why two people can go through the same event. One breaks down, the other grows. The event isn't what matters. It's what it touches inside you. Here's another hard truth. You suffer so much because deep down, you still believe that if you can just be good enough, kind enough, strong enough, perfect enough, then the world will finally stop hurting you. That people will finally see you, accept you, love you. But that's not how life works. You don't get to control the world by being perfect. You don't get to avoid pain by pleasing others. Control is an illusion, and clinging to it keeps you in a state of constant anxiety, constantly bracing for impact, constantly trying to outsmart pain instead of understanding it. Want to suffer less? Then stop trying to protect yourself from suffering. What you need is not more defense. You need more awareness. As long as you believe that peace is only possible when others treat you better, speak more kindly, or change their ways, you remain a slave to their behavior. You've handed them the keys to your emotional life. But the moment you realize that nothing outside has any real power unless it finds a weakness within you, that's when freedom begins. This battle isn't fought out there. It's fought in the unconscious, in the shadowy places within you that you've ignored, denied, or misunderstood. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The anger that explodes without warning, the sadness that washes over you in quiet moments, the anxiety that creeps in when everything should feel fine. These aren't random. They're signals, messengers from the parts of you that have been exiled, unheard, unhealed. The unconscious isn't just some vague psychological theory. It's a real, active force, filled with the beliefs, fears, and memories you've refused to face. And because you won't face them, they show up in your life, over and over, through the people you attract, the patterns you repeat, and the choices you don't understand. You wonder why a simple comment devastates you. It's not the comment. It's what that comment echoes inside you. You've covered your wounds with strength, with sarcasm, with ambition, but the wound is still alive, and it will keep showing up until you stop ignoring it. Jung said, "We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses." So why are you still judging yourself for feeling too much? Why are you pretending you're fine when you're not? Why are you condemning your own humanity? You think ignoring the pain will make it go away, but the unconscious doesn't vanish just because you won't look at it. Instead, it finds more painful ways to get your attention, through toxic relationships, through sabotage, through the persistent voice that tells you something is wrong, even when everything looks right. These aren't accidents. This is your soul trying to wake you up. But instead, you keep choosing the comfort of unconsciousness, the numbness of distraction, the armor of invulnerability, the lie of control. If you truly want to be someone the world can't hurt, then stop running from the one thing that's always been trying to help you: your own pain. Because pain isn't your enemy, it's your invitation. And the more you try to protect yourself from outside wounds, the more you become a hostage of your inner ones. But there's another path, one that doesn't require resistance, but radical honesty. One that doesn't depend on who hurt you, but on whether you're willing to face what it triggered. Becoming unshakable doesn't mean you never cry, never feel, never doubt. It means you know what lives inside you, and you're no longer afraid of it. It means you no longer hand over your peace to circumstances. You carry it within. It means integration, not avoidance. Awareness, not suppression. Depth, not defense. That's the journey we'll keep exploring together. But for now, ask yourself, what if emotional strength isn't about having no wounds, but about knowing them so well they can't control you anymore? What if your greatest power has always been hidden inside the pain you've worked so hard to avoid? If this message speaks to something deep within you, Take a moment now to subscribe to Beyond the Mind. Let's walk this path together, not to escape pain, but to finally understand it and become stronger because of it.